Lemon Knife. We're here with our number 30 through number 21 songs. What is your number 30, Mia the Golden?
I am golden! Number 30 is not We Are Golden by Micah. Perhaps the opposite mood. It is Find the River by R.E.M., which is...
So we both picked one of their, like, introspective songs about death off Automatic for the People for our top 100.
Automatic for the People has really risen in my albums, which once again maybe signifies that already I am getting old, the 430. But beautiful, beautiful song. I mean, they have so many sounds in their things, but just, this is the one that always just makes me feel the most, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It sounds like, it's such a terrible expression, but it's just like, yeah, I'm literally feeling what he's saying, and just the chords that come with it, just the instruments, just the whole thing captures that.
Does it, like, switch from minor to major from the verse to the chorus?
It actually does not. But, like, the chorus has these, like, they use the 7th chord in a way that just kills me.
Yeah.
I think it just makes it, like, wistful and kind of bittersweet, because it is about, like, an old person reaching the end of their life, and that's just a bittersweet moment because they've lived a long life, but also it's death. You know, it's kind of a relief and kind of not. And just kind of like, you know, I've got this to leave you behind. And the last line is, I believe, all of this is coming your way. They're carrying it on. Nothing is going my way. All this is coming your way. So off I go. Have fun with the universe. Bye. Maybe talking to a family member or something. It's nice and soul crushing. And I don't even necessarily listen to it super as often as I do other R.E.M. songs. When I do, it just gets me all choked up. It does.
Cruising down the highway. My number 30 is the final rap song we'll see on my list. And this is Rich Man's World by Immortal Technique.
A very good choice.
Yes, this is just... we like the word scathing, because we like scathing music, but this is... I like about scathing. This is just, like, sung from the perspective of, like, a super rich billionaire type guy, like, just talking about
roasting him.
Yeah, roasting, just, like how, you know, how little he cares for everyone else, how, you know, like, country club, I go, fuck the law, because real jail is for suckers. I go to country club prison, you dumb motherfuckers.
And of all things, it turns out it samples an ABBA song.
Yes.
We were volunteering to the pandemic. They had an ABBA playlist on.
It's like, wait, I recognize that.
We stopped in our tracks. Is that what I think it is? Great song. And I do just love the way it ends.
End of the conversation.
Abruptly cuts off.
Yep, and just so many quotable lines from that one.
How often does Immortal Technique drop his mic? I swear to you. Things get battered by the end. Number 29, Once in a Lifetime by the Talking Heads. Will we see this again, John?
Yep.
Okay. All I got to say then. Great song.
All right, my number 29, very different, maybe equally rowdy. This is The State of Massachusetts by the Dropkick Murphys.
Ooh, yes.
And this is that amazing, rambunctious Irish rock. It's, you know, it starts with the pretty, like, and then it just...
And of course, it's all about John and his home state.
Yep, and people and negligent parents having their kids taken away.
Okay, well, maybe not that part. Right, no, it's not really a state pride song, is it? No.
Her kids now belong to the state of Massachusetts.
Why did I put that in there? John's family is perfectly wonderful individuals. Do not get me wrong. Wow. All right. Yep. Fair enough. Not sure why I brought that in. Number 28, a little less rowdy, not completely. Super Unknown by Soundgarden. Fantastic riff. Great vocals by Chris Cornell. The way it's still gritty, but kind of contrasts with the fast riff and just kind of soars above it.
Yeah, so like big. They're just the if you want to
same. The whole thing just. It's a giant echo chamber of Rocky Wonder. I love it.
And that's the, like, control into the...
Yeah, that's that bridge that builds back into...
solo, yeah.
That slow bridge into the fast chorus always is just, you know, punches you in the gut.
Yeah, that's got to be one of Chris Cornell's, like, highlight vocal performances.
I mean, great vocalist in general, but holy smokes, I think that one fries a lot of them.
My number 28 is Baker Street by Jerry Rafferty.
A little different.
Yeah, a little different from either of my previous two. It's got that kind of like super classic, memorable like saxophone hook there, and it's just generally like beautiful, epic. Like it ends bringing like that riff back and just kind of like this laser guitar over it. It's just this like kind of like big triumphant song.
I mean, for a yacht rock song, it is very badass. I remember when it comes on in a soft rock playlist, I'm just kind of like, yeah, I mean, but yeah, but no. But yeah, but no. I mean, it shouldn't come on before, you know...
Sailing Takes You Away.
Sailing Takes Me Away by Christopher Cross,
Yeah.
no. Or as I like to say, Failing Takes Me Away. Alternatively, Sailing Takes Me Away. Singing to a bottle of saline, I don't know. Gone too far. All right,
Door's over there, Mia.
Number 27 is Red Barchetta by Rush. Great intro. Great way for all the instruments to work together in the song. Great storytelling. As always, Mr. Pert on lyrics, writing some real crackers of lines and just kind of capturing that feeling of zooming in a car, and in this song it's against the law.
Yeah.
And just kind of it's a thrill. I'm escaping
Because it's
it.
Rush, they have to set it in a dystopia where cars are banned rather than just making it the guy is speeding and he's getting arrested for that reason.
And you know what? Yes, that's exactly why I love this car song as much as I do, because it is not your typical car song.
Yes, and and it's kind of like you think of Rush as a bunch of nerds or whatever.
Well, I mean,
like,
yeah.
dorks, but then
But
if you
also,
listen to like the like big riffy parts in that is just like they're just rocking out hard, or like the fast part where the car is just starting, like they're just like killing it, so much adrenaline in it. This one is probably like actually my favorite Rush song, but it's not the Rush song that will be on my list later.
Not that there's anything wrong with being a bunch of dorks,
Yes,
as I've
no.
referred to plenty of times, but yeah, I know what you mean.
All right, my number 27 is Politicians in My Eyes by Death. This
Ooh,
is kind of a like proto-punk classic. It's like a more punk influenced, or not influenced because pre-punk, but a more punk related Black Sabbath kind of like, especially when they get into the like jam, you can kind of see War Pigs could have gone a similar direction.
Yeah.
But this is kind of like on the verses, they're just this straight almost like
punk.
the punk like reggae, like almost something like the Clash would do like 5 to 6 years before the Clash did it. Like, and then the chorus is just this big, almost more like more like one of the like kind of soul groups, almost like very mournful, kind of like a
very soulful vocal overall.
Marvin Gaye or somebody would do.
Same guy on both the verse and the chorus, of course, and the bass, by the way, which is very difficult.
Yes.
Very difficult to do both at once. Fortunately, I'm not the one singing the verses. Kills your left hand. Dare you to try it.
Try it and send your video to us.
But why?
The winner will get a high five.
Number 26. I actually think we saw this earlier on John's list, if I remember correctly, so I won't say too much about it, but it is Gimme Shelter by the Rolling Stones.
Yes, we did.
Great song, great vocals, great overall feel. Great vocals on both parts, really. I mean, Mick Jagger is not your traditional singer, but man, does he rock this one out. It just makes so much sense. But Mary Clayton is really the one that steals the show here, and even Mick Jagger knows. Hear at one part of the song, like her voice cracks on like, "Murder!" And you can hear him in the background going like, "Woo!" It's a great moment. I just love that moment, and I only read about it, and now I can't stop hearing it, and it's like, oh, I love that.
I'll have to go
That's
listen
great.
to that.
It's just such a natural capture of a moment in the studio where someone is just cheering on someone else, and it's just like, yes, do it, you know. All right, but over to you.
Okay, my number 26. This could be either of these two. You might see one crossed out, another written in. This will be The Handshake by Bad Religion. The same joke from our top artist
I did
list.
it differently, though.
Oh, yeah, that time I spit on your hand, so... Yeah, this is just a punk masterpiece. It might be less than 3 minutes. It's right around 3 minutes. It's got time for all these bursts and this choruses. It's kind of, again, the best of punk, kind of this, like, anti-society, and, you know, make sure you're not being used by all the kind of, like, big moneyed interests. But it, like, manages to keep all the, like, the nice elements of the kind of classic rock that punk replaced. Like there's some of those like big harmonies on the chorus,
Oh, yes.
and there's kind of like a little nice little like guitar solo, and just like the vocals are so much more. They're like they're feisty, but they're not like untechnical. So it's the best of both worlds for me, and it's I think my favorite song by Bad Religion of many great songs.
It's definitely a kind of band that makes me reconsider criticizing too many people for being like, oh, like 98% of the songs you listen to are about love or sex, and then I'm just like, 98% of this discography is about political crap. Now, would I rather listen to political crap than love or sex again? Sure. Yes, absolutely. But that being said, we have our own repetitive themes here, don't we?
Yep.
But I wouldn't have it any other way. Number 25, not quite political, but more of a general rambunctious, I believe it was entitled The Ultimate Teen Anthem. This is Surrender by Cheap Trick, which is a very cleverly written teen anthem, I think. Just kind of like, I listened to Song Exploder on this, and it made me like it a bit more. It kind of confirmed a lot of my suspicions about what he was talking about. And it's just kind of like, yeah, surrender, but don't give yourself away. It's like, yeah, okay, Mom. But also, I'm still me. I'm still gonna do the crap that I was gonna say. But also, okay, Mom, like, fine, you know what you're talking about, but also, But there's something about, especially the way the song builds at the end, that just makes me so jumpy, and it just captures the mood that it's going for so well. It's like, we're all alright, the guy skyrockets there. The live version makes it even clearer. But, just like, the guitar is great, the vocals are fantastic. Cheap Trick, great power pop band, and they really, really cement it here.
Absolutely, and it's another one of those kind of like magic eye where you can see it different ways depending on how you read it, where you can kind of like, there's definitely also a lot of kind of like almost sympathy for the parents, you know, like they're kind of more fleshed out. They're not, it's not like, you know, Dad, take away my car.
That's part of what I love about the song. Yeah, they're all right, but to us they seem a little weird.
Yeah.
I mean, they kind of are, but...
My number 25, we might see on Mia's list, or we might not.
Not quite this one, but
so
great choice.
Won't Get Fooled Again by The Who. Just big, their, you know, their
Massive.
most epic. I mean, one of really their only long songs.
They normally tend to cap it off pretty quickly, don't they?
They normally very succinct, but this one is long and sprawling and all the better for it because it's able to build to like so many climaxes. Somehow there are two different big intros back in with and they both work. It's kind of like
the second one being
mountain,
the more
you get to like a little overlook, and then you're like, oh, and then you climb the final peak, and then you're screaming to the heavens.
And then you're rolling down the roller coaster to the bow, 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 bow. Please wait until the car has come to a complete stop. Yes. Thank you for riding. Who's next? The roller coaster.
And just like I don't know if I'd say like riff, but like just great guitar sound on it, and
that's the thing about Townsend. He's got a great sound. I don't know if there's that many like super distinctive riffs. Maybe like Pinball Wizard, but
I can't explain.
But like his general thing is just like these massive chords. These massive chords that just like his right hand is like getting shredded, and you can just hear it.
And obviously one of Keith Moon's best like drum performances. He's doing his classic just fills all over the place and lending so much to the flow of the song. Another of my favorites to drum to.
You make an interesting point about the two climaxes, because I distinctly remember reading like a YouTube comment where someone was showing somewhere else the song, and they're like, wait for the and you're really gonna get it. And they get to the first and it's like, that's it? No, wait for the other one. But they both have their part, I think. One continues it on and one just ends the roller coaster.
Yeah.
All right, number 24. For once, I think we're the zigzags continuing in a similar direction. But this is Sleep Now in the Fire by Rage Against the Machine. Great riff, fabulous riff, great rap, great everything. You can't not chant along a little bit to I am the Nina, the Pita, the Santa Maria, etc., you know, and it just makes his point, makes it with fire, it's a fiery delivery. I am totally guilty of getting to that section on the Sporkle quiz. It's like, what are Christopher Columbus's three ships?
The Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria.
Yep, that was it. Right. Thank you, Zach De La Roca. You reminded me. Yep, I am that kid. Great song, though.
And my number 24 is, I think, the most recent song on my list, although not like fairly far into a band's discography. This is Harmony Hall by Vampire Weekend.
Oh, I was wondering. Yeah, this is a great choice.
Yeah, and this is just like another of those songs. Really has this kind of like natural feel to it. Like it's just kind of, there's so much like that main guitar is like so like lush and intricate, like a set of vines wrapped all around each other, and then it kind of like the chorus is so catchy and just big builds. It's got the great little breaks, like it's got the little like guitar, like
piano.
joyful guitar building break. It's got
Like
the little
classical
like
piano.
like Beatles piano break, kind of just so much going on in this song. This might be a song that the Beatles could do also, like.
Oh, I could see this even more than I could Don't Look Back in Anger, I think. Yeah, like that. Maybe the Beatles in different eras would do these.
And then this is like a kind of, like listening to the song Exploder for this one as well, there's a lot more like lyrical depth to it as well. Like,
I recommend this song Exploder very much.
You could tell we might be fans of that podcast.
Song Exploder. We need an endorsement.
Yeah.
Song Exploder is brought to you by Squarespace.
That'll be $20, please.
From Squarespace also.
Yeah, double the money.
Please. Number 23, I see you have a very long sentence as your next one. I have a very long word. I considered hyphenating this and just kind of like continuing it down to the bottom.
I thought this might be your Pearl Jam pick.
Fantastic build. Very, very personally relevant in a way that doesn't make it into the Blue Hall of Fame. This is actually the final...
Oh yeah, because I guess triumphant.
It's the sequel to Daughter, the triumphant sequel to Daughter, as it's been labeled. You know, finally the shades are raised versus, like, the shades going down at the end of Daughter. You know, going down to hide the abuse. Well, now the shades are raised, you've been exposed, and I'm free.
Yeah.
Great vocal performance. Love these vocals. I mean, Eddie Vedder takes center stage in a lot of Pearl Jam songs, but in this one especially. But that riff is great. The ending is great, where the drums go double time. It just, you know. Fantastic. And certainly somewhat of a personal theme song.
Kind of like storm of sound picking up at the end. Great song, yeah.
Big tornado.
My number 23 was also on Mia's list.
And I bet my trap shut the time.
Now you can keep your trap open. This is There's a Light That Never Goes Out by the Smiths. Still, I think, not the longest song title on my list. We'll see that next episode. But this
still pretty long.
One of the few that's a complete sentence. And this is just, what a pretty song. You know, I mean, Morrissey's vocals are always great. This is one where he's maybe slightly less, like, arcane. He's not in his kind of like erudite mode on this one.
He
kind
captures
of more
the mood
like,
of it really well.
Yeah, he's like love lost. He wants to make a move on someone, but he doesn't quite have the nerve to, you know.
And not even just someone, like presumably another guy.
Yeah. So it's kind of got that kind of like forbidden urge to it, and then he's like kind of so much in pain from it that he hopes they can just be like hit by a truck and run over.
Pressure, the privilege is mine. Yep.
That's kind of the only way he could be permitted to die with them.
And great instrumental too, the Mar chords, of course.
Oh yeah, of course.
A little flute type thing at the end. Yes, it's just kind of like a nice, heartwarming thing to contrast these like dark lyrics. I remember a meme being posted of like Smith songs, melodies shows a playground, lyrics shows like a desolate post-apocalyptic hellscape.
They've got some playful songs too.
This is not one of them.
No.
No, they've got like Cemetery Gates for sure and like things like that.
It kind of ends on a hopeful note though, you
Hey,
know,
that's
like I guess
true.
with
There's
the
a light
There's
that
a
never
Light
goes out.
repeating, it's kind of like, you know, the hope will still be there.
If we don't get run over by a 10-ton truck, you know. But preferably the light doesn't go out. My number 22, great album opener for a great album. For really, I mean, by far the best album by this artist. But anyway, this is Let's Go Crazy by Prince. Everything about this song is just stinking perfect, especially for an 80s song. Starts off with that ridiculously over-dramatic. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to get to this thing called life. Electric word life. There's something else. The afterworld. And it goes on like this like weird sermon, but then it kicks into the real song and the ends with a fantastic burning guitar solo, and just like it just sums up the whole ethos of what you're about to see in the movie or, you know, hear on the album. And just like, yeah, this song kills it.
Yeah, very fun song. All right,
I don't know what the Electric Banana is, though.
No. My number 22 and 21 are actually both songs from our state series. We knew them before the state series, but
Right.
just a shout out, props to that. You know, go to our channel. You can see us covering a different song from every state,
Watch them.
or else, as always. But this is Paraguay by Iggy Pop. And
Fine choice, indeed.
this is another, I think, with Mayday, we talked about being hard. This is another pretty tough one to cover, especially when I had to start doing the
Yeah.
Arctic Monkeys drummer drums with his
Iggy
rant
Pop
at
rant.
the end. Yes, but that's a song, just so many great phases. I also talked about it on the best songs later in a career, but just, man, 50 years into Iggy Pop's career, he's writing a masterpiece like this. It's got like the kind of mellow acoustic thing about him, and he's starting out just talking casually about wanting to get away, and then it builds into just kind of the huge,
Let's talk about information.
yeah, his rant about modern society and everything, and, you know, two-faced, three-timing piece of turd.
I want, like, all these insults written down.
On a shirt.
All of them on the back of a shirt, yep.
Yep.
And the front of it is just Iggy Pop.
It's him looking angry.
Yes. Older Iggy Pop, AJ was in the song looking
And it
angry.
just says Paraguay.
Somebody make this. Zazzle?
We would both wear that
We would
shirt.
so
yes.
both wear that shirt. Maybe a little NSFW, but
Kind
not in the
of
sexual
mini,
sense.
like, mini super group, because he has
Yep.
Hami on guitar, right? And he has
Arctic Monkeys guy.
amazing drummer on drums. You can tell he's amazing because neither of
You
us know his
know
name,
his name.
but he's great.
I'm so sad. I think I only know Alex Turner's name from
Yeah.
the bunch, which is sort of sad.
What's your number 21?
My number 21 is capping out. If you listen to our playlist, you're going to end on another nice big note. If you stop here, it's All These Things That I've Done by The Killers, a classic number. I don't even think it's the closer on Hot Fuss, but it should be.
Yeah. I think On Top might be.
On Top is a great song too. That one
Not
grew
really
on me
a closer,
quick,
though.
but it's a great song, but it's not a closer. It's not. This should have been the closer. Great everyone. Great everyone. Once again, you know, band fills their roles fantastically. All of
One
this
of their best drum ones, I would say.
Great bridge, despite it being nonsensical. I don't know what I've got soul, but I'm not a soldier means.
Got tea, but I'm not a teacher.
I got ham, but I'm not a hamster. Yet, it's a great song. We saw it in concert and we were just like, I got soul, but I'm not a soldier. This is that Lollapalooza at a much more triumphant night than the night before. They weren't rained out. Never
Shakes fist at organizers.
And lightning storm. Lightning crashes at the wrong time. Okay, so that's my ramble.
All right, number 21, Lightning Crashes. No.
My life.
Number 21 is Copperhead Road by Steve Earle.
Great choice.
This is a just like folk country masterpiece, kind of the exact kind of song the term outlaw country was coined to describe, because it is his country song about generations of outlaws following each other's footsteps. There's the granddaddy running whiskey, there's the father kind of running some kind of whiskey, and then the son kind of starting up his illegal weed crops as the illegal drugs move further into the 20th century, and just all of them like this sense of menace. You know, I haven't heard, the DA come around, and I heard they never came back from Copperhead Road.
What a hell of a lot of storytelling in this one.
Yeah, amazing
Great
storytelling.
cinematic.
Steve Earle, great vocalist, and then just like, I also love how it just picks up and turns into like the rocker for like the bridge and the ending.
And I personally just like this little thing is just the way the first drum hits. It's like an even bigger snare drum on like Rolling Stone, you know, just like boom, and you're in it.
Yeah, and kind of the drums gradually pick up even between. I didn't really notice till we went to cover it. Like kind of the first verse is just the hi-hat and the bass pedal, and then the second verse the like kind of toms start coming in the background.
It's the kind of song that feels like it was made to be accompanied on an opening montage in a movie.
Yeah.
Like Fargo or something. This would be a great Fargo opening song.
Definitely.
And that's our current group of songs. We'll see you
Nearing
next
the
time.
end. Ooh.